Hello, welcome to a short and chatty art video. My name is Laurence and I am a landscape painter. Today we are creating a beach landscape using Neocolor 2. I hope you're also making art while watching this, so don't hesitate to put me in the background. I don't know how you feel about Neocolor 2s, but for me, I associate them with a moment for exploration and play, often in my sketchbooks. Maybe it's because they're not my main medium, so when I use them, it feels special. But no matter what I create with them, I always have fun. I don't know why, but every time I use them, I tend to go for a limited color palette. Here you can see me carefully picking my colors, but I edited out a lot because it was a tough choice. I went back and forth a lot with my color choices. I decided to work on a pre-prepared background. When I have watercolors left on my mixing palette, I like to fill a page with random lines and blobs because first of all, this is very relaxing, but also it creates really interesting backgrounds for future sketchbook artworks. So first I decided to use one of the lightest colors in my palette to sketch out the general shapes. I wanted to make sure that all my trees were sketched out because they're gonna be lighter than the rest of the drawing, and I kind of wanted to save myself the trouble of painting over a tree with a dark color and then having to work around it or try to remove it by adding some water and possibly messing up my paper, and you can see how it becomes a whole mess very easily. So I made sure that at least all my main trees were sketched out first. Then I drew the main clusters of the leaves and the bushes, and after that I just had to fill out these shapes just like a coloring book. This was a super relaxing process. Neocolor 2s are so buttery, I love that feeling, but the thing that I love the most is creating different color mixes and variation by mixing different pastels directly on the paper before adding the water. Of course, you'll have an idea of what kind of color you're gonna get, but you never really know which one will end up being dominant, so it's always super exciting. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I always like exploring with my art practice, like trying new mediums, new techniques, and new papers, etc. I feel like there is not enough time in a day for all my current creative projects, and there's still so much more than I'd like to do. If, like me, you'd like to continue exploring and pushing your art practice in 2025, I suggest that you take a look at Skillshare. This video is not sponsored by Skillshare, by the way, although I wish. If you're listening, Skillshare, you know where to find me. I created 2 classes, one on abstract watercolor painting and one on different techniques that you can use with Neocolor 2. So in that one, we create a beautiful landscape, and you can follow me and create the same landscape as me. It's so fun. This year, I would like to create 3 more classes, so wish me luck. If you have suggestions on what type of subject you'd like to see me do, let me know in the comments. I have a referral link for you. If you use it, you'll get a free month where you can take my class, wink wink, and explore all the other beautiful creative classes available. When you watch my class, I get a small payment, and if you subscribe at the end of your free month, then I get a bigger payment from Skillshare at no greater cost to you. And if you don't feel like subscribing, that's no problem either. You can cancel at the end of your free month. Just saying. But back to the regular programming. For me, a sketchbook is a place for exploration, and that means that you don't always love what you create. Most times I do, but sometimes I don't, which is the case for today's painting. I think that part of growing as an artist and developing your own style comes with trials and errors. So when you create something that you're not totally in love with, I feel like it's important to take a step further and reflect on why that is. Ask yourself these questions. What is it that I don't like? What would I do differently if I were to do it again? Let's say what I created was just a sketch for a bigger artwork. How would I go at it? In this case, I can identify a few issues. First is the composition. Yeah, I think that this sandy area at the forefront is too large, and there's nothing happening there. When I created this painting, I remember thinking that this unusual composition would be interesting, but now I just don't know. I think that the most interesting part is the tree line. So if I were to do it again, I would crop the bottom part of the sand a little bit and focus more on the tree line. The other thing that I would change a little bit is the colors. Usually I love a minimal color palette, but I think that this painting would benefit from a few pops of bright colors here and there, like some bright red, let's say, or something that you wouldn't expect. And there could be more color variations in the shadows. I don't know, I think it would just make it more interesting overall. And lastly, but I think most importantly, the values. I feel like the most sacred thing about any artworks is the values. And I really didn't think of values when I painted this, I remember. But I should have made sure that I had a good range of values. This might be my biggest mistake, I think, because often I find that you can use any colors if the values are good, and even you can be a little bit less severe with your compositions if the values are good. I don't know, good values make everything better. So maybe if I had darker darks, I would disregard the other problems that I identified earlier. I don't know. I still like this painting, and I think that it's very good that you have artwork sometimes that you're not in love with, because it helps you reflect, it helps you move on, and it makes you grow. So now that I know about what I would do different, I kind of want to do this painting again. Maybe I would try different media. Maybe I would try a different paper. I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned. If you've had similar experiences, let me know in the comments. I would love to read about that. I know I'm not alone in this. And otherwise, I hope that you enjoyed this shorter, chatty video. And I will see you again very soon. Take care.